going on? Welcome back to the Past Alive. Thank you all for joining me tonight for the return of Mailbag Monday, the weekly series where I showcase packages and pieces of mail sent in by subscribers and friends, and even things that I just so happen to pick up off of the internet myself. But we have 3 packages to be exact tonight to savagely tear our way into, and we're going to save the biggest for last, titled The Box from the Bay, a massively bulbous package full of goodies, baseball cards, and etc. sent by our good buddy 444. You may remember him from a recent Mailbag Mondays. We're going to start off with this PWE sent by none other than Todd Johnson. Todd Johnson hailing from Kentucky. I did pre-screen this one a little bit, and I forget what it is. I opened this like last week. I get these packages. Sometimes I can wait and leave them for Monday. Other times I get too excited and rip them open beforehand. So I think that was the case in this instance. So it says, "Hey John, love your content. I was inspired by the past Monday video to add to your Kevin Bass collection. I found this card in a box that my grandfather gave me. LOL. Keep up the great videos. Cannot wait till you drop the G.I. Joe video. That video is coming very, very soon. I've been thinking about it more and more lately, and I think it's going on, 5 years now since it was initially promised. Congrats on your new toy room. Have a great day, and thanks for the laughs. Todd." Well, thank you for the nice note, Todd. Let's see what he sent. We got some arrows pointing upwards here in this nice homemade pocket. It's going to be 88 Topps Kevin Bass. Kevin Bass started out initially as a joke. We'll go over the origin of this. Started as a joke from a collection I bought a while back. This randomly, I don't know, it was a lot of junk wax cards. But I came across this Kevin Bass 89 Topps that somebody at one point in time had colored his pants red, which I thought was hilarious at the time. And we deemed it the Red Pants of Bass. And since then, it's become quite an internet sensation, at least here in TPIA land. We got the No Pants of Bass, the Googly Eyes Pants of Bass, and of course the portrait, the many pants of Kevin Bass, which is also became a TPIA shirt. So it kind of, it really caught on and became an internet phenomenon on this dark corner of the internet. And we have another addition to the collection made by Todd Johnson. Kevin Bass Whiteout Pants Edition. This is a 1-of-1 Billy Ripken Kevin Bass. So I did look at this actually. I did not pull the card out of the top loader though. Let's see if it is. It actually is the Kevin Bass Whiteout Pants Edition. He was not kidding. To rival the Billy Ripken Whiteout, which is a very valuable card. Maybe this one is going to be the same thing. And for some reason, this Kevin Bass doesn't resonate with me whatsoever. I don't really remember seeing his 88 Topps ever. And I've opened a crap ton of 88 Topps my entire life. So the first card of Mailbag Monday happens to be another Bass for this marvelous edition. Thank you very, very much, Todd, for that. And your creative and thoughtfulness and humor on that edition. I'm sure people are definitely going to appreciate that new Bass edition, man. Next up, we have a package here that was also pre-screened, sent by my buddy Nick West. This is from a company called, I don't know, it probably doesn't matter if I show the address, it's a freaking company. My Storybook Adventure. But maybe then again, I want to get Paul Heron's disc some more airtime. So that's probably the reason why I'm doing it subconsciously. This is going to be a nice little ditty, as Corey would say, to add to the collection as well. And it even came with this nice little card. A gift for you. Enjoy your gift from Nick West. Nick. So Nick always sends very funny, creative things. This is, okay, it goes on to say an invoice there. But check this freaking puppy out. Literally, McGruff and Me. It's a book. Is this a vintage book or is it newer? I've never seen this, but I'm obsessed with it. For all the McGruff rants around here. For those of you that are like, why the hell are you getting Scruff McGruff things? Well, a while back, we came across the Scruff McGruff CDs that are absolutely astonishing. If you have not heard Scruff McGruff's music, then you need to go on YouTube and listen to some of his hit tracks like Crackin' Cocaine, and there's all kinds of other good ones. They're absolutely amazing. But There's a freaking book. McGruff and Me. It feels like it's a brand new book and not vintage, but what is this? Find your favorite photograph of your child. Trim it so that it's just a little bit bigger than the window in this sticker. So you put your kid in this picture. Well, I'll be doing that and putting that on the TPIA Facebook page. Putting a picture of probably Mike Walkner, maybe Laser Eyes Scott Geraltz. We'll even get his picture next to. Whoa, this is sick. It's personalized. I did not realize that at all. It was created especially for me from Nick West. That is absolutely epic. I was not expecting this in in the slightest. This is freaking sick. McGruff the Crime Dog wrote a letter. I should be doing this like ASMR style video. Get some page crinkles and some tapping. Dear Jon Jabs, tomorrow my police friends... it is totally personalized. Tomorrow my police friends and I are coming to Greensburg to see you. You will learn many ways to take a bite out of crime. Your friend, McGruff. Oh, this is absolutely epic. And a McGruff poster. I gotta look on eBay and see if I can find one of those. Nothing better than waking up and seeing Scruff McGruff staring at you across the room. The next morning, Jon woke up and looked at the picture of McGruff on his wall. Yippee, shouted Jon. Today is the day McGruff is coming to TPIA University. Wow, I am blown away by this. After Jon got out of bed, he dressed and ate breakfast. He sat at the window until he saw McGruff and two police officers drive up in a police car. When Jon got in the car, they buckled up and went to meet Jon's friends. What is going to happen? This is page 9. These are all my friends, apparently. I don't recognize any of them. When they wrote to school, Jon went to Pee-wee, Cherry, and Carmen. McGruff said, I'm happy to see your friends walking to school together. It's safer that way. In a Photoshop, just a portrait of Carmen into that picture. Jon took McGruff to his class to meet everyone. Jon's teacher asked him to introduce McGruff. McGruff said, Hi kids, I'm glad to be here. Today I'm going to help you learn how to take a bite out of crime. I bought a special crime-fighting sticker for each of you. Jon handed out the stickers to his classmates while McGruff continued. I hope these stickers will help you remember to take a bite out of crime. Sounds like he's getting aggressive here. It's in all capital letters. He said, now let's go to the auditorium. And there is the propaganda pieces that Scruff McGruff is passing out. I thought that chick was giving the metal horns there for a second. I was like, that's pretty wild for a kid's book. The kids sat down in their seats. The principal said, today, McGruff and two police officers are going to teach us how to be safe. Everyone got quiet so they wouldn't miss a word. And everyone is very drawn into this speech. McGruff said, everyone knows that I want you to help me take a bite out of crime, but police officers also help keep you and your family safe. They're going to teach you some safety tips. This reminds me of the episode of Highway to Heaven. As most of you guys know, I've been binge watching Highway to Heaven for months now. It's the only channel that's on my TV ever. It's on 24/7. Nothing else plays on the All Highway to Heaven channel. And this reminds me of the episode, what is it, In with the In Crowd? About drugs at the school and stuff like that, and there's a scene at the end where the angel Jonathan Smith, who's played by Michael Landon, actually makes like the drug dealer crash his car into a dumpster, and it's like a really like kind of morbid scene, and it just pans out and you see Jonathan Smith's face through the flames after his car blows up. I always like record it every 4.5 days, and I send it to my buddy Smelly It, and he gets a kick out of it. The police officer spoke first. Thank you for inviting us to be here today. Our job is to make sure everyone follows the rules that keep them safe. He turned to Jon. Jon, I know you're excited to have McGruff here today. So are we. McGruff is a big part of our program of crime prevention education. And we have some colorful illustration here. That was Where's Waldo for a second there. But it possibly could be some sort of kidnapping attempt. Being foiled, I'm not sure. The deputy spoke next. How many of you know your address, phone number, including the area code? He asked. If you do, raise your hand. Jon raised his hand. So did Pee-wee, Cherry, and Carmen, along with all of the other kids. Pee-wee is sitting here. He's actually crushed on our box, but We should probably have him reading along as well. His emphysema seems to be getting a little bit better by the day. It's actually getting a lot better. So, Pee-wee's pretty pumped on the message of this book overall. The deputy said that's great, but that's only one part of phone smarts. Keep a list of emergency numbers at home next to your phone. Freaking sweet landline phone. The world was much better off when everyone had those attached to their walls or sitting on a nightstand. My opinion, of course. McGruff then asked the kids, who knows what number to call when you need help? Jon raised his hand and said 911 or 0. Great, said McGruff. Now it's time to say goodbye to our friends. And the dorky-looking kid with a flat top is very eager to say goodbye to you. Later, while eating lunch, Jon and his friends talked with McGruff about what they had learned. McGruff asked Jon, what is an emergency? Jon said an emergency is when someone is very badly hurt or when there's a fire. An emergency is very freaking serious. There is McGruff eating lunch with the kids, and it was several years back, but I want to say the real life McGruff, who's obviously played by, I don't know, someone wearing a bodysuit, unfortunately, was pulled over, I think was it Texas maybe, somewhere, with a crap load of explosives and drugs and all kinds of stuff, and actually was arrested. So, a little bit of a hypocrisy there, but we still love him anyways. That afternoon during recess, Jon and his friends talked to McGruff about the broken swings on the playground. McGruff said when kids break things on purpose, it is called vandalism and vandalism against the law. The kids promised to keep their eyes and ears open so they could tell an adult when they see vandalism. So here's McGruff pictured forcing the kids to be narcs, and he looks very serious about it. He is literally almost slamming his fists on this picnic table, or maybe he's giving that kid the finger. One or the other. Either way will work. When school was over, Jon and McGruff got on the bus to go home. McGruff showed Jon that the kids leaving school on bikes had locked them up. You know, Jon, locking up your bike helps stop crime. And that is most definitely true. As they walk home from the bus stop, McGruff and Jon talked about being safe when walking to and from school. McGruff said, always walk with your friends, don't take shortcuts. And remember, never talk to strangers, people you and your family don't know well. If you think you're being followed, run to a trusted neighbor's house or to a McGruff house. A McGruff house is a sign on the window with my picture on it. I remember those from the 80s. It's a safe place to go for help. When you plastered these in your window, I didn't get one of those on eBay. I'm getting one and I'm freaking putting it in my window. That'd be sick. You gotta have one of those. It's a must have. Soon they were home. McGruff told Jon, always check your phone or your home. I guess it'd be phone in today's world. Always check out your home before going inside. If a door is open or a window is broken, don't go inside. Go to a neighbor's house and call for help. These are the signs you're looking for. Someone crowbarred your front door, busted your window. What is this last picture? Is that someone trying to... I don't know. It looks like the guy's facing this way. Or maybe he's holding a chainsaw and trying to cut through. I don't know. Open to interpretation, I suppose. Epic picture of McGruff in his pajama pants. You gotta love those. Jon was sad when it was time for McGruff to leave, but Jon had made new friends, police officers. Remember, Jon, McGruff said, it's our job to teach you how to be safe. It's your job to learn. Jon promised he would remember everything he learned that day. Then he waved goodbye to McGruff. Absolutely freaking epic. And it's over. Phone smart chart. I could put all my personal information in here. There's no place for social security number, unfortunately. But that is pretty freaking epic. At first, I thought it was like a vintage book, but it looks like you can go to my Storybook Adventure on Etsy, Facebook, email them, and get personalized books made. And this freaking awesome sticker that you can put whatever kind of debaucherous photo of yourself or someone else inside of there. I love the artwork on here is very, like, I don't know, very 80s looking. So I thought it was an older book to begin with. But that is absolutely freaking epic. Nick West blows it out of the water with this custom book. That is so sick. I have no words for that piece of mail. Absolutely amazing, Nick, as always. And we got one more package left. The bulbous, being understatement, package so big I can't fit it on camera, so we're going to have to take things out one at a time, but there is a very mysterious package inside this package, and I'm excited to share it with you. So I pulled some things out of here as I was digging through it, but you may recognize some of this custom artwork. That's because it's from 44.4. Inside this box is a riddle wrapped in an enigma. Keep up the good work. Enjoy 444, and the enigma he's talking about inside of the riddle is in this very stylish box wrapped in Goonies wrapping paper with TPIA also incorporated into this. This is very cool. I thought it was a sticker at first, but it is actually part of this wrapping paper. So very, very amazing stuff. We're going to check that out here in a minute, but there's all kinds of goodies in here. We have beef jerky, wine and spice. You can't beat our meat. Three brothers. Reminds me of Three Bros at a card store. I wonder if that's why he put this in here. Very, very funny stuff there. We have some NBA hoops. I believe these are just Golden State Warriors team packs with Steph Curry on top. There are two of those. We got wax in here. There is just a handful of cards. We'll look at those here in a second. I had to kind of open some things up beforehand, but check out how freaking epic this is. Absolutely amazing. Word of the day, Pee Wee Herman candle. How freaking epic is that? So we will be lighting this thing regularly, and it will be showcased on this channel. There's a bunch of slabs in here, so I'm not going to show those. Those are actually going to be sold off at some point. We also have, this is pretty sick. I didn't know that these existed. We have BCW, like PSA slab bumpers. Never knew that that was a thing. I mean, it makes sense. I usually just put my cards into, what are they called? Just protective sleeves, the big team bags for graded cards. Never knew they had bumpers, so that is pretty freaking epic. But you know what? There is one thing I want to show you from the slab pile that is extraordinarily epic, and it is a Mike Walkden, the levitating Mike Walkden PSA 7 rookie card in a slab bumper. Things don't get too much more epic than a man floating above a bunch of pine trees. So we have all kinds of goodies in here. We have Big League Chew with a Goonies pin. Pretty freaking epic. We have something I have not seen in a very, very long time. Flip tips. Absolutely sick. And like I said, I'm going to pull some more of the stuff out. I just kind of wanted to glaze over the gist of it, just so you could see, get a feel for what's in here, because the box is huge. And we have a 90 top cello box. Freaking awesome that 44.4 sent that as well. So I didn't have one for April yet. So we can thank him for April Fool's Day rip, a 90 top cello box. Let's pull the rest out and look at everything else. So much cool stuff inside of here. So real quick, now that I have two hands free, the flip tips, if you haven't seen it before, this is a home run / grand slam by Will Clark. So you start at the back, and then you flip through it. I don't know how well it's going to work on here, but you can kind of get the gist of it. But pretty neat. Pretty neat stuff. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that before or not, so definitely a cool collectible. We have another box here. It says, did you know that bubble wrap was originally wallpaper? Which I did not know. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't know that, but this is absolutely freaking epic too. We're going to open this at some point, and it's probably going to be like a free rip, I imagine. But it's Diamond Destiny. I randomly came across a stack of packs of these a while back at the Steel City Comic Con, and I don't think I've ever opened these from 1996, but it's kind of a relatively rare release. Like if you go on eBay, you're going to have a hard time finding a sealed box of Diamond Destiny. The print run numbers were just weren't as much as other releases around that time. But probably gonna rip into this and make it a free break. We got the kid advertised on here. Some cool inserts you can pull out of there. So that's absolutely epic box to send. 44.4, you did not have to do that, man. It's super sick. I know he opened one himself. We have a stack of random cards. So the Wally Whitehurst thing is says, open box, ripped old angel eyes kept showing up. Peering out through those holes. Look at those tropical poles. That is that is super creepy. It reminds me of the one Tool album that I used to like a lot as a kid. That's creepy. And we got some laser eyes here. Super creepy. Bleeding eyes, Wally Whitehurst. Snake eyes. And just regular old angel eyes, Wally Whitehurst. Wally Whitehurst always creeped me out, as I mentioned before in recent videos, or previous videos I should say. Something about him. I just didn't trust him. I definitely don't trust him more after seeing those abominations. Objectional plus extras. Might have some offensive signage in here. 44.4 always hooks it up with random and awesome stuff. And that's a card I've seen quite a long time, but there is some offensive signage out there. You see a big Bud billboard. John Cerruti got Budweiser in the background. And another one there. And Matt Young. These are a couple of these I had set aside. And I've been trying to set aside some for him, too, because I know he's collecting offensive signage. So we got some duplicates here, which is always a nice thing. And it looks like someone's been opening up a lot of 91 Donruss, looking for some elites. But yeah, 91 Donruss definitely has quite a few. 93 Per Deck has some. A lot of Upper Deck releases have some Budweiser, but you got to get the whole sign on there for it to count. At least those are my rules. But there's definitely some ones I needed to add to my collection that were in there, so that's pretty sweet. And we have, what do we have here? True Rookie. There's an Ellie. I don't have any of Ellie's stuff, and I was just looking at some of his cards, the PSA 10s from 2024 Top Series 1. And I don't know if I really want to buy one of those or not because I just think it's overproduced. But this is pretty sick. Rated Prospect. Is it a True Rookie? I don't really know about that for modern cards. 2023. Rated Prospect. I think that would be up for debates. That's definitely a tough one. What is this? Is this Kevin Bass camo pants? What is that? It looks to be camo pants. I could be wrong, but another one to add to this never-ending Bass collection. And some Jeff Kent's here. Some weird lightning bolt creases in the exact same place in that card from 96 SP. That is pretty freaky for the abnormality or oddities collection, which I hope to make a video on some point. So sometimes you open random packs and like cards in the middle of the pack will have just some sort of creepy creases like this that don't make any sense whatsoever. But it happens, and this Jeff Kent has the exact same creases right in the middle of the card. Identical. Super weird. So those are definitely going into that collection. This says at the local shop the other day. What is this? Hobby Rip Night. That was pretty sick. So limited edition Hobby Rip cards with some pretty big names in there, like Ripken, Acuna, Trout, Griffey, Harper. I'm going to keep that one sealed. That's pretty awesome. Keep that in my PC. We have another bag here. Brother Townsend. Not really sure what this is, but we got a lot more to rip into tonight and check out in this package, so I'm not exactly sure what we're going to find in here. But it looks like there could be some goodies. I don't know if this is... There's a QR code on there, so I'm intrigued by whatever that may be. You get a TPIA QR code happening. San Francisco, or Haight Street. I've been to Haight Street. It was quite a while back, but went all around San Francisco. I had a good time skating there, and back in 2011. There's a Mariners hologram. We got some other psychedelic stuff in here as well. I don't know what that's even supposed to be. I'm not even sure. I'd be curious to know, though. Some stickers thrown in here. And Gary Pettis. Here's a freak of nature card. Gary Pettis holding his own freaking card. There's a Mike Perez in 93 Per Deck that has the exact same sorcery going on. There's a Budweiser sign behind Bruce Benedict. Another big Bud sign in the outfield there. Sid Bream obscuring a Marlboro sign. There's a horrible miscut to Teddy Higuera. We call him Teddy Hugger as kids. And then Joe Card on the front. So that's pretty sick. Put that in the airbox. And what do we have here? I haven't seen that card in a while. I feel like that card freaked me out as a kid. There's a propaganda piece from Cardboard Gold And I don't know if I've ever seen it before. Branson on Stage, Sons of the Pioneers. Barbara Fairchild. I don't think I've ever heard of these before. Ronnie Millsap having a time of his life with his mullet flapping in the wind. Buck Trent. Marie Osmond. The Lowe Sisters. We might have to rip a box of those at some point. And check these out. How many of you guys remember these? 1991 Baseball's 100 Hottest Rookies. In these bulletproof plastic containers. You got Frank Thomas in there, which was definitely a big one. Hal Morris on the front. Several others. Rising Star Baseball Cards Collector Set. Contains the book and 100 different cards. And here are all the names you could find in there. Like Jim Leyritz. Deion Sanders is in there. There's Frank Thomas. Larry Walker. So you definitely got some big ones. Some guys I was pumped on as a kid like Dave Hollins. Carlos Baerga. So that's pretty freaking epic. We have some Ninja Stars to go along with those. And then he sent another one too. 91 100 Hottest Players. And we got a lot of veterans here. Stars, Nolan Ryan, future Hall of Famers, Bo Jackson, Clemens, Fisk. So this is another thing that I have not seen in a long time. Jose Lind, my personal favorite back then. These are made by Score in the early 90s. I don't think they did this for really too long. Maybe like 1 or 2 years in 90, 91. I don't think I ever saw them again after that. So that is pretty freaking epic to go along with this package. And let's get into the last part of this package, which is this mystery box. It's a riddle wrapped in an enigma. And let's see what we have. This is what is inside. It is Sloth, Movie Maniacs, Goonies from McFarlane Toys. I've never seen these before. Limited edition of 11,750 pieces. I have no idea what to make of this. I just watched The Goonies for the first time ever, probably about a month or so ago, contrary to everyone's beliefs. I did watch it. I probably need to go back and watch it again, but that's what we have inside of this box. So, Sloth, and here is what you need to see. You can pause this. This is what you need to solve to figure out this riddle. And the winner of this riddle, so 44.4 is actually giving these away. You have several weeks to finish this. Several weeks. So pause this on the screen. You are getting 10 packs of 89 Upper Deck Low Series. So this is typically about $15, $20 a pack, roughly, something like that. So high end at $200, $150, $200 approximately for 10 packs. Possibly Griffey Rookie on top of everything else. Very tempting not to just savagely tear into all these right now, but we're not going to do that. The winner is going to get to do that, but the winner's got to solve this freaking riddle, which I haven't really looked over yet. I don't know what to make of it, but maybe you can solve it and win yourself those 10 packs of 89 Upper Deck. So drop me a comment down below and let me know what you think of this. 44.4, another amazing box. Amazing mail day all around. Great stuff sent in by everyone. Absolutely hilarious and great addition to the PC. And 44.4 also sent a few extra random packs. I'm probably going to rip those off camera and see if I can pull some modern day rookies. Sent me some 2024 packs, and there's also some other ones in there too, which 86 packs, nice. So all kinds of cool stuff sent in. So thank you guys again, and get on solving this so that I can give these packs away. That's it for tonight's Mailbag Monday. If you'd like to send me something to rip on a future episode, you can send it to the address, the P.O. Box down below. And I'd love to hear from you guys and hear what your favorite thing that you saw was and your thoughts on this. Otherwise, I will see you guys back tomorrow night for Turn Back the Clock Tuesday. And we're heading back to 1993, the box of Series 2 Pinnacle, chasing after Derek Jeter Rookie. Have a great night, guys.